My name is Instructor Pearson. I'm the lead instructor at the NSW Prep School up here at Great Lakes, Illinois. Some of the issues that I've been seeing with the students when they show up here on deck are just not being very prepared for what they're about to endure, which is a preparatory school. They think they can rely on this to get them in shape for BUD/S. I call it a prep for a prep. A lot of what I see go hand in hand with the injuries that we get here. A lot of lower leg stress fractures come into this program. Some guys have ran on nothing but ellipticals, which isn't even running. They have to be ready to endure the stresses that are here. And they shouldn't be running in boots. They should be running in tennis shoes, starting off on a soft track that you can find at any middle school, high school. It should be a slow progression, getting yourself used to it, getting those Xbox controls out of your hands, getting on the road and working on it. In swimming, get a little bit of fins on. You can buy some cheaper surface swimming fins at your sports store. Get in the pool, just kind of get used to it. A lot of guys have a tightness in their ankles because they're not used to swimming with fins. We do a lot of fin work here. We do a lot of fin work in BUD/S and in the SEAL teams. So to not practice with an essential tool of what we're going to be dealing with here would be foolish. As far as calisthenics goes, you don't need to go out there, hit the gym, hit GNC, get jacked, look like you have big muscles. You should have a strong core. You should work on core exercises. You should work on ground movement stuff. You should work on your push-ups, your pull-ups, your sit-ups. All that stuff is very important when you're here. I've seen guys that are 130 pounds that can go through this program just as easily as guys that are 210. Probably easier because they can run faster, swim better. They come a little bit more prepared without that extra superfluous muscle on them that bogs them down through this training.
My name is Jim McKinney. I'm one of 2 lead instructors here at BUD/S Prep, and my job is to prepare our students for BUD/S. The way we do that is through our distance swims in the pool, our long distance runs at the track, our sand PTs, our surf PTs at Lake Michigan, our push-ups, our weight training, our sit-ups, our pull-ups, and a lot of mental toughness classes that we have here. The best way we tell our students to prepare in order to get here healthy is to obviously do more run programs, get themselves healthy, do prehab type workouts, which is on the sealswig.com webpage. We want to see more preparation. Obviously, you can't prepare enough. We see a lot of students fail out just on the basic swims, the basic runs. They get the injuries, shin splints, the stretch fractures on a 10-mile-a-week run basis the first week. That's not going to cut it at BUD/S. The problem we see here at BUD/S Prep are the students are not familiar with using our jet fins. Most of the students we have come from a different background where they're not aquatic related, so to speak. Our best recommendation for kids in high school or college coming into our program is to wear the fins in their training regimen before they get here and slowly break their ankles in. What we see here is guys swim our workouts. We swim 12,000 meters a week, and again, we go for a long run after that. Usually their ankles are shot. The guys who have great ankle flexibility, come from a swim background that utilizes fins, have no injury problems whatsoever. Our best advice would be to prepare themselves mentally and physically for the training. Obviously, everyone talks about it being very physical, but it is 90% mental. During your training programs, you can't just train for the PST, the minimum requirements. You have to realize you're going to first phase of BUD/S, which is one of the hardest training programs in the U.S. military. You have to train to realize that Hell Week is 3 weeks into first phase. What I mean by mental toughness, I mean don't just do the 42 minimum push-ups for the PST. You have to realize you're doing hundreds upon hundreds of sets of push-ups at BUD/S. When you get to Hell Week, those hundreds of push-ups get into thousands in a day. So 42 push-ups, bare minimum, is not going to cut it. When you guys do your training, do beyond 42. Push it that extra 10%, that extra 20%. That'll build yourself physically tougher, and it'll build your mind power to make yourself mentally stronger for BUD/S. In order to prepare for the rigorous training at BUD/S, if you're still in high school, we recommend you playing multiple sports. No more Xbox. You can play a little bit. Get outside, get some vitamin D, play some soccer, get in the pool and swim laps with your buddies, go surfing. Just be outside and be active. Prepare your bodies for the stress that's going to happen when you go to BUD/S. Obviously, it's the hardest training in the U.S. military for a reason.
It's not Irish, Chief.
Are you Irish?
Negative, Chief.
So it doesn't fit, does it?
Negative.
All right. You know why we teach you things like attention to detail and why a uniform is such a big deal? Turn around.
Who that, Chief?
Tell me why.
Attention detail will save lives later on.
Well, if I can't trust you with a uniform, a helmet, and a set of boots, how am I going to trust you with a pistol, a rifle, secure communications, anything like that?
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
Wouldn't.
And say, hey, how about you take charge of this radio and this weapon?
Who that, Chief?
Baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Carry on.
A lot more than that.
Better get those windows open.
Ready? Down. 1, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. This morning, you guys should have wiped this thing down. There shouldn't be that much dirt on any of these horizontals. Are we clear? Yeah.
Hurry up! We didn't say clear your room. Get out here.
Get wet. Get wet. Wet.
I really do think these are simple instructions. Next person I catch looking around, we're going to do something else.
Hi, I'm Mike Caviston. I'm the Director of Fitness at the Naval Special Warfare Center, and this is another video podcast to help give you insights into how to prepare for the physical challenges you'll face at BUD/S. One of the toughest physical evolutions that anybody has to go through is log PT, And these logs weigh from 180 pounds to about 210 pounds, and they have to be carried by boat crews of 6 or 7 men. You can do the math to figure out what that load is, but the thing is that you have to carry it for close to 2 hours, almost non-stop. And you have to perform a variety of calisthenic exercises, whether it's sit-ups or push-ups or carrying the log overhead, running with it down the beach, carrying it up over the berms, all of which requires a lot of stamina, a lot of core strength, a lot of endurance, and that has to be trained for. So your best bet to be able to survive a tough evolution like this is to spend time developing some of the specific core strength, doing the exercises that we recommend through the sealswick.com information, and recognizing that you're going to need not only some physical toughness, but some mental toughness, and develop the necessary skills to be able to carry these things great distances.
Fire in the hole!
Hi, I'm Mike Caviston. I'm the Director of Fitness at the Naval Special Warfare Center, and welcome to another training video podcast. I want to talk for a couple of minutes about the importance of hydration. Physical training, lots of effort, and you're going to be pouring out lots of sweat. Even in an environment like Coronado, where the temperature is rarely extremely high and the humidity is not that much, with all the physical exertion, students lose lots and lots of fluid, and so they need to replace it constantly. And so my major recommendation is to not only be smart and have water available while you're training and replace fluids when you're done exercising, but make sure to be hydrated before you even start. In other words, hydration has to be something that you pursue aggressively all day long, from the time you get up until you go to bed. And so regularly drink fluids, mostly water, juices, sports drinks, maybe occasionally. I dilute them a little bit first, but primary thing that I want to convey is the importance of getting liquids into your body on a regular basis. How do you know if you're hydrated enough? Well, a couple of things that you can do is pay attention to your urine output. You should be peeing a lot, basically, and the urine should be relatively clear. Another major thing that can tip you off into how well you're hydrated is when you go to sleep at night, you should wake up during the night to use the bathroom. Or if you don't, when you get up, you should definitely have to go right away. If you can sleep through the night and get up without having to use the bathroom, then you're probably not hydrated enough. So just something to think about, and a habit that you want to get into before you show up here at BUD/S is make sure that you're used to hydrating on a regular basis. This has been another training video podcast.
obstacle course is to help you identify your weaknesses. If you can't carry your weight, it's going to help you find momentum. If your upper body strength is not there, after doing it over and over again, you're going to end up building that strength up to make it through your evolution.
I think that not just this obstacle course, the water obstacle course, but any obstacle course. It's great for agility. I mean, you're going to be a Navy SEAL. You can't just be good at one thing. You can't be good at two things. You have to be good at everything. The purpose of an obstacle course would be to test a person's strength, their overall ability to overcome a fear, and their endurance. You know, guys on the sideline are motivating you, yelling at you, telling you to get up that rope, get across that rope, you know, climb that ladder. So yeah, yes, and then no in the end, because it's on your own to really dig down deep and pull out what you have inside you to complete the obstacle course. My wounds will heal faster than my pride. You know, if you give up and quit, it's a huge check in the box against your pride. So you know, you got to get up there. You just got to put out, and you got to represent. So your wounds and the temporary fatigue that you're going through, that'll come and go, and your pride kind of stays with you forever. I'm not getting off the obstacle until my body fails. It makes me get off. And then I'm going to go right back up again and try it again until I actually cannot do it anymore, until my hands are bleeding. I just don't want to quit. I just think that if you're going to quit on this little obstacle, how are you going to do on other obstacles in life?
Seconds, look to your left, look to your right. Look at every man that's still here with you. Listen up. 3 weeks ago, 164 men were wearing your same uniform, your same helmets. They're not here anymore. 5 days ago, 100 men were wearing your same uniform, your same helmets. Now there's only 59. All that comes down to is making a choice. They made it their ways, you guys made it your way. Everybody you see here in a blue shirt made the same choice. You guys think about that. That's all it comes down to. No one forced you to stay, no one forced you to go. It was all on your own. That's how the rest of your careers are going to be. Special. Carry yourselves with pride. Wear your brown shirts with pride. Be humble. Enjoy your careers as you move on. But be ready, this is only one step. Monday morning, it's game on all over again.
Come Monday morning, and as you get rested after this experience you've gone through, which you're the only guys in the world to go through this, believe it or not, it's a pretty special thing. Take time to thank all those guys that took their time to put you through this and bring you into the brotherhood. Is that clear? Hooyah! All right, Senior Chief.
272, Hell Week secured.
Yeah.